Right, I'm back. Sorry for keep you waiting. I'm back. Sorry for keep you waiting.
Okay.
Sorry for keep you waiting. I'm back. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I said I'm sorry for keep you waiting. I'm back.
It's okay.
All right. Talking about this. What's your name? Francisca, Professor Dr. Francisca, right? Okay, we are going to talk about this one. Have you ever seen have you ever heard about verbal harassment?
Global harassment?
No, it's a verbal harassment.
Oh, verbal.
I think my
Mm,
Oh, that's why my voice is not clear because I put this on. I went down just now to get the food from the Grab food, so I rather put this
uh,
on because now is the season of the influenza A and B, right? The season of
yeah.
influenza A and B as well as COVID coming back. You know that? So when I went down to
Mm,
I went down to the lobby to get my food, which is delivered by the Grab food.
uh,
Okay. What is? Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard regarding verbal harassment? And have you ever wondered why the so-called people doing this kind of verbal harassing?
mm. I think that I've rarely listen about verbal harassment, but I think I know that how verbal harassment is like when you get people say some bad words to you or anything. And I think that some people do it because just for I'm not sure, but I think that some people use that kind of bad words to maybe gaslight others or maybe some kind of just wanted to make others down.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is absolutely awesome answer. They do it on purpose in order to jeopardize other people. They would like to make other people down, as what you said just now, because they found it funny. They found it funny. They said, ha ha ha, they found it funny.
yes.
They are playing the victims. Those so-called narcissistic, toxic people, which is practicing a verbal harassing, are actually playing the victim. They're playing the
Yeah.
victim. They look for the victims which is weak, and then they start doing this verbal harassing. And I found it hilariously comedy for them. Actually, it's an entertainment for them. Some sort of entertainment for them all. Okay, for example, let me give you the examples of this verbal harassment that occurred. Yeah, for example, you don't even know who they are. You don't even know who they are. You are living in the you are living in the low cost apartment, for example, right? You don't even know who they are, and all of a sudden, it popped up to your ear that they are gaslighting you for no reason but on purpose. On purpose. Huh? For example, they gaslight you using the so-called Kelantanese language whenever they heard you speaking other languages than they are speaking, then they are communicating, for example. They do it for fun, right? Okay, for example, like this. Oh, Cina telik dah. Well, tak sedari ke dia tu duduk sewa rumah Cina, lepas tu marah ke Cina pula. Can you see the
Yes.
repercussions of the people which is gaslighting others for fun? They found it very, very hilariously comedy, and they would like to some sort like verbal bully, some sort like verbal bully others without the person which is they are bullying knows who they are. Okay, this is verbal harassment. This is verbal harassment. Okay, It is either they are actually drugged means they are high in drugs, or and it leads to the psychopath. We call this mental disorder be due to the high dose of drugs, or high dose of other substance like cannabis. Cannabis is actually drugs as well. Cannabis in Thailand, we call it yaba. Yeah, we call it yaba in Thailand. And do you still remember? No, it came out in the news. 5 Barat ladies were caught in southern Thailand for smuggling yaba and selling it to the Kelantanese.
Mm.
Selling it to the Kelantanese drug addicts. Okay?
No, I've never heard of
You
that.
never heard. No, you never heard the news about it, right? It came out in
No.
the news a few times, and on TV3, even on Chinese news as well. It came out on 8TV regarding of this. 5 Kelantanese DK Barat performers, because it's more than one, was smuggling yaba, or was smuggling marijuana. Yaba is actually marijuana. Yaba is Thai words. Marijuana is English
Mm.
word. Well, in Malay we call it ganja, right? In Bahasa Melayu we call it ganja. So they smuggle this yaba and sell to Chanwat Samut Melayu. What does that mean, sir? They sell it to the Malay territory in Malaysia, especially to those Kelantanese in Kelantan, right? So what is the repercussion of and the circumstances of consuming cannabis, consuming yaba? The first one, they found that they are relaxing. In a manner of what kind of relaxing are they having? They produce a very fast dopamine, which is not supposed to be producing by this substance, but they get it. They get it. And then number one. Number two, when they consume this yaba or marijuana, they will be addicted to it. They won't be able to stop. They won't be able to stop. There's one singer in Malaysia, which is this Nasheed singer, Ustaz Nasheed singer, which is selling yaba as well as planting this cannabis or ganja at the background, at the balcony of the condominium in Damansara.
Mm.
They're not that far from my condominium. I'm living in Bandar Utama, and they live in Damansara, which is around the gazetted area. Around the gazetted area. All right. So this fella can speak Lughatul Arabiya very, very fluent. Yeah. Can speak Lughatul Arabiya fluently. Ustaz some more. Yeah, I know that Ustaz is human, but you are Ustaz, please behave, right? And when they answer, oh, Ustaz pun manusia juga, bapalah jadi pelik. Yes, of course, Ustaz is also a human being, but then he should behave because he carried the title of Ustaz, right? He carried the title of Ustazah. There is an Ustaz which is pedophilia, you know or not? Pedophilia.
Yes.
Pedophile. Like to, have the sexual feelings to the children, which is underage. There is an ustaz. There's so many times coming out in the television, becoming the penceramah. Assalamualaikum. I am ustaz, blah, blah, blah. I would like to motivate you regarding this, regarding that, regarding this, regarding that. And then 17 times caught because of the pedophile. Right. Okay,
Yeah.
pedophile. Ustaz! Ustaz in 2025, in the current Ustaz, we can't trust them. I mean, yeah, of course, they are human beings. But you are carrying the title of Ustaz, so you should behave. And you should have not condemning Chinese since you are renting the Chinese house. Right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Ini tu, dengan hamba kecek Cina. Oh, Cina kelik dah lah. Oh, nak suruh hamba kecek Kelantan apa dia? So narrow-minded, isn't it? It's either they do it on purpose and they do it because they found it hilariously comedy and they would like to jeopardize as well as to belittle others as if that they are so powerful in the world, right? Nah. Cina Kelantan boleh kecek Kelantan. Cina Kedah boleh kecek Kedah. Cina Penang boleh kecek Penang, kecek Utara. Betul tak? Right. Cina Kuala Lumpur boleh kecek Melayu, isn't it? Since you are in Malaysia, even though you are, regardless, you are Chinese, Indian, Kadazan, or Iban, or whatsoever, we are living in a peace and harmony, multiracial, multi-religious, as well as multi-ethnic and customs, right? Right or not? Okay, when it comes to pedophilia, he goes and he goes and persuade the small kids at the age of 8, at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? This will start molesting them, molesting, molesting them, the pronunciation, molesting them without controlling them, even in the hostel, GISBH. Hostel, Tafiz, right? In one of the Tafiz of GISBH, it happens like that as well. Pedophilia. Hello, come on lah. You are Ustad. You are carrying the title of Ustad. You bagi ceramah sana, bagi ceramah sini. Unless you are becoming the pedophile. Oh my goodness. I think ni khatam Quran dah 50-60 kali. Kita ni orang biasa aja. Betul tak? I mean, dia Ustaz dah khatam Quran 60 kali, 70 kali, dah tahu apa dia dosa, pahala, tapi pergi duduk jadi pedophile pasal apa? Oh, saya manusia juga, cikgu. Awak tak boleh ke? Hey, Ustaz dah tentulah. Behave yourself then. Right? Isn't it? Pedophile. Okay. So, we have to be careful nowadays. There are pedophiles amongst the Malaysians, but not only in Malaysia, in other countries as well. Right? Okay, back to the substance of the drug just now. When they are consuming this kind of, there are so many cases of pedophile. They are drugging. I mean, they are drugging those underage children, and they are having the so-called intercourse without the realization of that children. Why? Because that children is already drugged, right? Cannabis. Okay. Cannabis, the substance of the cannabis. Oh, ada pula orang menjerit ke saya. Dia kutuk Ustaz. Yang kau sibuk pasal apa? Rumah hang. Lah rumah aku. Aku nak cakap apa kat rumah aku, hang tak payahlah sibuk. Isn't it? Melainkan hang juga Ustaz tak tahu. Alright. Isn't it? This is what we call eavesdropping. Eavesdropping into other people's communication or conversation, right? In this 2025, we are still having those so-called remote people which is living in the city that like to eavesdrop every single words from others. You understand what I mean? Okay. Oh, cikgu tu boleh kecek Kelantan. Dah aku duduk di Malaysia. Right. Isn't it? Right. Okay. Alright, so on eavesdroppers, as well as the substance that I told you just now about cannabis, right? And these 5 Dikir Barat ladies from Kelantan were actually caught red-handed, and imprisoned. What I'm saying, they are in the jail now. Where? In Naratiwat, in Chanwat Naratiwat prison. Right? Okay. Understood? Okay.
Yes.
That is cannabis. Whenever they consume yaba, marijuana, first, if you heard someone which is sneezing many times, ash, ash, achoo, ash, ash, and after that you can smell the it's not the smoke, but it smells like it's not a cigarette, but it smells very strong smokes coming out from the cigarette. That is actually marijuana. They put it inside the cigarette. And after that, they start laughing because the dopamine has already activated in their body. The dopamine hormone, the happy hormone, has already activating in their body, and they start laughing. If the girls laughing, tengah-tengah malam mengilau, orang ingat hantu Pontianak. Apa? Rupa-rupanya budak isap dada. Tengah-tengah malam duk mengilai. right? With the boy, and all the people is screaming, hey, what is that? Hantu ah? No, the people which is high in cannabis. Oh, like that ah? Oh yeah. Okay, right? They can't stop. They will never stop. How could they stop when they are addicted, right? How could they stop when they are addicted? They are putting in the Malaysian government put them in the rehabilitation center for a while. And then when they come out from the rehabilitation center, they start mingling with the old society. Oh, mu tak ingat aku dah, mamak. Allah lah mamak weh. Selama kini kita kan sains satu sekolah. Oh, lo kita di Matayong Neng, Matayong Song, Matayong Sam. We are actually in the same Matayong. How could you forget me? Matayong Neng, tingkatan satu. Intai. Matayong Song, tingkatan dua. Neng Song Sam. Matayong Sam. We are actually in the same school, Mama. We are actually in the same school since Matayong Ha. How could you forget me? This is already Song Pan Yi Sip Ha. 2025. You have forgotten me. All right? Cannabis. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. Why? Because you will be addicted to it and you will not be able to hear any sounds at all. There's another one, which is methamphetamine, pil kuda. In Malaysia, we call it pil kuda, or in Terengganu, they call it pokte, right? In Kuala Lumpur, they call it ice baby, ice. Methamphetamine. Once they consume this methamphetamine, they will not be able to hear any sounds at all, no matter what. Even the sounds of fan is hurting their ear. The sound of the water pouring in the toilet also hurting their ear. What more the sounds of me teaching here, definitely they will start yelling. Right. What more the sounds of me teaching here? Because I'm an educator. I'm a lecturer. Definitely my voice is loud. Right. I cannot teach you. Hello everyone. Sawadika. Good morning. Right, everybody. I would like to tell you about drugs lah. Number one, cannabis. Cannabis is blah 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 blah. Number two, methamphetamine. Methamphetamine is blah 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 blah. And then at the end of the day, do you understand what I'm saying? All my students were sleeping but not listening, right? The methamphetamine, very, very angry. Very, very angry. I mean, very, very fierce. I'm not calling this extremely dangerous because this kind of, what I'm saying that the person which is consuming methamphetamine or pil kuda or ice is the same thing, same name lah. They behave awkwardly. Once they didn't get it, what will happen? You ever heard in the news? Once they didn't get it, they will start stolen here, curi sana, curi sini, right? Because they want money to buy that thing. They want the money to buy that substance, which is methamphetamine. They are already addicted. And those who are taking methamphetamine, dia tak boleh nak tidur malam. Gitu. Malam-malam duk berjaga, tak boleh nak tidur. Duk kacau ke lah. Tengah hari dia tidur lah. Tengah hari pakat tidur belakang. Orang kata apa nama ni, jadi hantu kum-kum. Malam semua berjaga, siang tidur. Tu orang yang ambil dadah. Untuk hantau. So, they start yelling like, okay. It's like someone which is drunk, right? Uncontrollably gaslighting, just like someone which is drunk with alcohol, right? This methamphetamine. Cannabis also, the methamphetamine is even dangerous than cannabis, but both of them are dangerous actually. Even cannabis also, when you are addicted, you will not be able to get it. They will go and to the extent that they will go and they will hunt for money to buy that cannabis or methamphetamine or whatsoever drug it is. And also, they will curi lah, start stealing here and there. Yeah? Starting to steal that thing from here and there to the extent that they kill their own flesh and blood. They kill their own flesh and blood to use the money for buying that. Okay? For buying that substance. All right. Methamphetamine just now. That's why the 5 decade Barat ladies were caught by the Thai authority and they were put in the jail, in the prison because of this matter. How could you come to southern Thailand? How could you come to southern Thailand? You bought all these substances and you went back to Kelantan, you sell to Kelantanese people. The high drug rates in Malaysia is in Kelantan, for your information. Kelantan ni oyaknya penagih dadah pun ramah, ustaz pun ramah. Ustaz pun ramah, ustazah pun ramah, penagih dadah pun ramah, pedofilia pun ramah di sana tu. For your information, to tell you the true story to say, because they are near to the America in the Southeast America. What is the America in the Southeast Asia? Thailand, right? They are near to that state. In Thailand, you can even buy the gun. You can even buy the gun. The gun is sold everywhere. You boleh beli senapang dekat Thailand, you tembak siapa-siapa you tak suka. That's in Thailand, right? It's legal to get that things. America also same, but in America you have to get the license in order to have that weapon, isn't it? Okay? Hak perangai pelik pun mari daripada Kelantan lah. Hak duduk apa nama ni, duduk menyapur, duduk apa ni orang panggil, duduk tepik pun orang Kelantan lah. Duduk tepik, duduk wah. Oh, kecek sore. Apa yang susah kecek sore? Kena kecek 2 orang ke? Duduk dia sudah lah rumah aku. Isn't it? Right? Ni sibuk bila dia dengar. Then when she heard I am teaching my students, they start yelling for no reason. That's why I'm saying that they are actually doing the verbal harassment. They found it funny and they do it every single day because they found it so entertaining, right? So entertaining to do it so. Okay? That's cannabis, methamphetamine. There's some more drugs which is diduga. We call it, what do we call in English? I forgot the words in English. If you still remember, that one is this. Another drugs which is very popular among the teenagers previously, which is hidugam, among the previously teenagers. I mean, even now, so they still are having that kind of things. When they are sniffing glue, sniffing glue. I forgot about that words when I'm not using it for so many. I'm not using it, so I forgot about that words. And sniffing glue. The sniff glue. Okay, budak-budak 13, 14, 15 tahun, 12 tahun pada duduk sniff glue, lepas tu tepik lah. Hey! Why? What's wrong? Addicted to the glue, right? Addicted to the glue. And then there is a cases where they rape their own flesh and blood, isn't it? Because of this glue as well. I mean, so many cases that they found, so many weird cases nowadays regarding of the penyalahgunaan dadah, right? The substance, what we call addicted to substance, addicted to the drug, the so-called drug. Not only yaba, cannabis as well. Otherwise, if yaba is actually not harmful, why the Thai authority caught 5 ladies di Barat lady no ayahnya amba mari dari Kelantan amba ginara kabar-kabar kena igat ke boleh apa kena igat tu. Oh, lama gamu lagi nak ambil ganja, nak jual ke mokcik-mokcik, nak jual ke pocik-pocik di Kelantan. Tu tak boleh. Kena igat masuk dalam jail dalam 30 tahun. 30 years. In the jail. Right? How many years? 30 years in Naratiwat jail there. Serve you right. Isn't it? Okay. I mean, not you lah. I mean, not you. Serve them right. Not you. I mean, serve you. You are not actually doing that thing. I mean, they are doing that thing. Apa lagu tu termocik? Apa yang gigi kenara nak cari dadah ke? Oh lah, nak kaya, nak cepat kaya lagu tu lah jual. Oh, moga tak ada moga lain nak jual moga tu juga. So, alright. So that's it. Nak cepat kaya. Kononnya orang utara kata nak cepat kaya kan. Nak cepat kaya, hang duk beletiak nak cepat kaya. Lepas tu tak boleh nak buat apa. Masuk dalam penjara. Duduk situ 30 tahun. Saat ni keluar 30 tahun, orang tak kenal rupa hang macam mana dah. Oh, dah jadi Tok Nyeng. Dah jadi apa nama ni. Khunyai. Dah jadi Khunya. Dah jadi Datuk Nenek dah. Baru keluar daripada penjara. Kan? Right? Okay. That's why drug in Malaysia is also cannabis in Malaysia and also in Singapore, and most of the countries are not decriminalized this substance. They are not decriminalized this substance. They criminalize. You know criminalize?
Yeah.
Criminalize, mengharamkan this substance, but in Netherlands they decriminalize this substance. In Netherlands in the Dutch country, right? As well as in Thailand, they started to decriminalize last year. But when it comes to 2025, the Prime Minister of Thai, Patong Shinawatra, said that we would like to criminalize this yaba substance again, because it brings harm than good, right? It brings harm than good. There are cases where the students of the Matayong from 5 students in Matayong in one of the school in Krontet, Mahanakon, were rushed to the hospital due to addicted to this substance which is called yaba, right? Dia kalau tak boleh muka tu, kan, dia withdraw, dia tak boleh muka tu, dia orang Melayu kata meroyan. You know meroyan? Dia tak dapat benda tu, dia jadi meroyan. Dia meroyan, dia marah sana, dia marah sini sebab ganja tak dapat. Right? When they don't get that things, they start meroyan. Dia tepik lah, weh, sampai habis derah dia tepik. Lagu tu. Lagu mana? Takkan nak beli hari-hari, isn't it? That thing is expensive, and you want to get it every single day. So, it is actually impossible to the extent that they kill their own mother in order to get the money for buying that drug. Right? So, to the extent like that, they don't even recognize their own mother. I want to get Mok piti hada ke tak, Mok? Kun me. Panggil Mok tu dalam bahasa Siam. Kun me. Bui lah pitih kambau kun me, weh. Nak pergi golok nak beli apa? Mau cari sendiri lah. Cakap aku nak beli hari-hari. And then what's wrong with that? What was happening since the mother, the Kun Me and Hun Po did not give any money to that fella, that boy. So that boy take a knife and kill them all. See? And then what's happening? They end up in the jail as well. And who is actually get the profit so much? From selling yaba, from selling methamphetamine, and all kind of substance. There are so many type of drugs, right? Methamphetamine, amphetamine, right? Glue, sniffing glue, and they also have marijuana. Marijuana is actually cannabis, yeah? And who get the profit for selling this, if you know?
I think the government, I don't know, because like the tax for these types of drugs is higher. So
The drug
the
pusher.
government will the drug
pusher, drug traffickers.
Drug pusher.
The drug pusher or the drug traffickers who is trafficking the drugs will get the most money. Yeah? Will get the most money. Okay? But in Thailand, since they decriminalize cannabis or yaba, right? So under the ruling of the previous prime minister, not the current one is Patong Shinawatra, I mean previous prime minister, which is Prayut Chan-o-cha, and then Prayut Chan-o-cha's government gets lots of money for selling that cannabis to the foreigners. I mean, in the city as well, not only in the city, in all parts of the country, they have the shop, cannabis shop. Mari beli cannabis. In Thai. come มาแล้วyaba okay right selling that yaba okay and then get money and then the government also sharing the money on that moment but starting from 2025 since it is not actually since there are a lot of cases whereby Thai government has revoked revoke tarik balik
Yeah.
has revoked the authority of selling those so-called cannabis or gun or yaba or marijuana in English we call it. So they revoked those so-called authority for the businessmen, businesswomen, I mean, or for the street hawkers to selling that, and those who would like to sell it has to get the approval or license from the government. But for what? For medical purposes only. Selling for medical
Mm.
purposes only. Understand? So starting from
Yes.
2025, it is no longer decriminalized like last year. This year, under the Petong, 35 years old Thai Prime Minister, said that it is not advisable. It is actually to sell the cannabis like during the time of Prayut Chanucha in order to get money for in for the government. No, it is prohibited. It is forbidden. This kind of substance is dangerous. They get a lot of objection from the doctors in the hospital as well from the professors in Thailand University. They object of decriminalize the substance which is called yaba,
Mm.
right? And starting from
Mm.
this year, they need an authority in order to sell that. They need an approval letter from the government. For what purpose are you going to sell it? I'm going to sell it for the medical purposes. Then okay, but then there are a lot of tapisan lah in order shortlisted in order to get it. Then better like that, isn't it? Better
Yeah.
that way. Have you been to Thailand before?
Yes, I've been to Bangkok.
Yep.
I think last year.
Last year. So on that moment,
Yes.
the cannabis shop is still decriminalized. It's
Mm.
still available last year, yeah. But this year they have already criminalize it. Only certain shop. So what do you think about Thailand? Do you think that is America in the Southeast Asia? I think yes, right?
Yeah.
Ah, it's hot over there. Very hot and humid in Bangkok.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot, hotter than Kuala Lumpur, right? Mhm.
I think so because I live in Kuala Lumpur, so I rarely walk around the city. So when I went to Bangkok, so we have to walk a lot, right?
Right.
Because we didn't have cars or anything.
Yeah.
So I would say it's quite tiring walking around the city. Uh
Yes, it's tiring walking around the city because it's hot and humid there. It's hot and humid. It's
yeah.
even hotter than Malaysia actually. When I
Mm.
visit my aunt, visit my siblings, my father's siblings, sorry, in Bangkok, it's very hot actually. Their house is near to the Suvarna Bhumi International Airport, right?
Oh.
And then
Mm.
every day when we can hear the sounds of the flight coming, I mean, when we can hear the sounds of the plane touchdown, right? Touchdown to the
Mm-hmm.
ground. So it's quite happening there. But the only thing that I don't like is very hot. Is that in Bangkok?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of visitors, a lot of tourists, right? Huh? But
Yes.
it's quite hot. But that's it. America. I mean, since we call it America in the Southeast Asia, or uh, the tourists label Bangkok as the Amsterdam, the new Amsterdam,
Amsterdam.
and they call it the new Amsterdam. Why? Because you can get lots of entertainment there. This is Bangkok, right? They call it New Amsterdam. Mm. So when you saw people which is commit suicide in Bangkok due to cannabis addicted, that is common, normal. Huh? That is normal.
Mm.
But even in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, so we can see the Q-Lake condominium there. Sometimes there is one Chinese which is commit suicide, right? What happening? What's happening? What is happening? Why did you commit suicide? Why did you commit suicide? What is wrong? Ayo, Arumugam has already left me. I'm the only one here. I've been together with him for 15 years, but now, unfortunately, Arumugam left me alone. Oh my goodness gracious. Husband run away. Husband is Indian. Husband is Indian, wife is Chinese lah. Huh? Then cannot tahan what we called it. Got the psychological disturbances. Heard the voice. I think you better go and kill yourself lah. You go to the balcony there and Sadaqallahul Azim. Terjun. Why? Because why? Because of having this kind of psychologically disturbances, mental disorder, due to depression. Due to depression. Why depressed? Why are you so depressed? My husband left me. My Indian husband went back to India, married with another woman. So leave me alone here. I got 2 child. One look like Indian, one look like Chinese. Because I'm Chinese, my husband is Indian. She said. And then I cannot tahan, no money. Because he's actually the big businessman. I'm not working. He asked me to stop from working, becoming the housewife. Cannot. So, commit suicide lah. Right. Commit suicide. That one. Okay. So, that is the story about this substance. Becoming of the commit suicide, and then a pedophile also because of the drugs, and then start selling cannabis now in jail, right? And then in jail,
Yeah.
tentu masuk dalam dia mengaku gila. Oh, saya tak jual ni cannabis ni. Dia mengaku gila supaya dia dapat keluar daripada penjara. Faham? That particular celebrity. There are a lot of Malaysian celebrity which is indulged in drugs, for your information. So many. One of the top celebrity is the so-called blah blah blah, Datuk Jamal Abdillah. But in and out the rehabilitation center for multiple times. You understand what I'm saying? In
Yeah.
and out of the rehabilitation center for multiple times. Still cannot stop from consuming drugs. I'm not sure about now. Probably has already stopped. But the withdrawal symptom is quite the withdrawal symptoms of someone which is trying to stop from drug is actually painful. You know, withdrawal symptoms. Tepik lah. What's wrong with you, Nadan? I've already stopped taking cannabis. No more. And now I feel that I don't know, I cannot tahan. I mean, I've got to, and I start screaming because I cannot take cannabis anymore. I've already stopped taking medication, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's it. Withdrawals, we call it the withdrawal symptoms after stopping, after adjourning, after taking substance no longer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when they are not taking substance no longer, or when they will be having the withdrawal symptoms, and this withdrawal symptom is actually painful, excruciatingly pain. If you saw if you saw makcik duk guling, bapa tu makcik guling tu belatih menara ke, guling kat tu, guling kat ni, guling kat nu. Dah makcik apa nama tak boleh nak ambil apa dah lah ni nya. Makcik duk guling kat nu, guling kiri, guling kanan dah. Oh, tak boleh nak ambil apa lah ni. Makcik tak say dah. Makcik tua dah. Makcik lah ni 70 tahun dah ambil apa, hari-hari tak ada piti dalam makciknya. Tepik dia guling kat tu, guling kat ni. Kabar-kabar dah bersilat. Kabar-kabar bangun bersilat weh, dah bersilat. Hey. Alright. Oh my goodness gracious, that is the withdrawal symptoms of taking drugs no longer. They have the withdrawal symptoms. Some people, they not only yelling, they start gaslighting. They start what we call this shouting, and they start to do all those kind of verbal harassment. That one whenever they are high in drugs. Kau tak boleh dengar bunyi kapal satu ni, bunyi air di jambe pun dia marah. Bunyi orang mandi pun dia marah. Bunyi apa nama ni pak cik duduk masuk dia kena dia tepik marah. Hak tu dia makan muka tu kita panggil pi kuda, methamphetamine. Dia tak boleh dengar apa satu. Dia tak boleh dengar apa satu, tak boleh dengar, kena duduk dia je. Tak boleh dengar bunyi ke apa satu. Nampak je orang pergi mandi lah jambe tu dia marah selalu. Nampak orang mandi lah jambe tu dia tengok daripada balcony. Marah. Wah, mandi telanjang. Cikelik. Mulut dia jahat tak jahat ni. Mulut dia jahat tak jahat, orang mengisap dadah ni nak oyak bui. Nampak orang mandi di jambe, tak nampak. Dia bunyi air orang mandi jambe pun dia marah dah. Gitu. Sebab tu kerajaan Malaysia mengharamkan penyalahgunaan dadah, tapi tetap berleluasa, right? Since long
Yes.
time ago until now, because they have these so-called drug traffickers, right? The drug traffickers will be selling the drug to all the teenagers, right? Adik makan lah muka ni dik. Lepas makan muka ni adik, Allah lah. Adik berasa sepuluh lah syurga, Allah lah. I mean, most of the drug addicts, I told you, are from the East Coast, from Kelantan there. Because they are near the Sungai Golok, very easy to get previously, and now the jalan-jalan tikus semua dah ditutup, tinggal satu jalan dia nak pergi ke Rantau Panjang, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there are no drug addicts in Kuala Lumpur. There are a lot of drug addicts in Kuala Lumpur as well, right? There are a lot of drug addicts in Kuala Lumpur as well. Maybe in this condominium also got drug addicts. That's why every day I heard the weird voice. I am not hallucinating. I am neither having schizophrenia or depression, nothing. But even my student which is coming to my house for tuition, they can even hear as well. Right. It is either they are having fun, gaslighting others, or they are actually high in the so-called substance, drugs. Yeah? All right. So what is the, based on what I'm telling you just now regarding of the verbal harassment, as well as the physical harassment and pedophilia. So what are the relation between these three things with the drug addicts?
I think that all of the um not normal actions like what the
Abnormal.
pedophilia and abnormal actions that what they did is all because of drugs. That's why drugs is very dangerous for us to consume it because yeah, it can affect your life for a long time because as you say that it's not easy to recover to
Yes.
from the addiction
Yes.
because these things can be very addicted. That's why people um get harmed when they consume it, especially when we see a lot of cases, maybe not killing someone or just not abnormal things that most of them are cause of drugs. Yeah, so I think that these people must be aware about drugs and uh they should be careful when they meet person that try to ask them persuade them about drugs.
Yeah. So what about pedophile? What about pedophilia?
Pedophile.
Why the adults are having the feeling towards the underage children?
I think that because they try to take advantage about children that doesn't really know about, especially they approach these kids because they are addicted to sexual things. So um younger people, like especially kids, they didn't really know the effect of those things. So
Because they
that's
are
why they
innocents.
yeah, because they are innocent. Yeah,
Because they are
they are
innocent. Carry
innocent.
on. When they are innocent,
So
they don't
they
even know what actually the repercussion of that particular thing. But this pedophile, is taking advantage on the innocence of the children, right? We
Yes.
have the students which is sponsored by Mara to England. Last year, if not mistaken, came out in the news, pedophile. The England government calling the Malaysian government saying that you are sending the pedophile to our university. You are sending the pedophile to your. I'm sending back this boy to your country. But before that, I'll put them in the jail first for becoming pedophile. They are caught. They put in the jail, in the prison. And then the Malaysian government is calling these student parents saying that your son is now having trouble because of the pedophile action in England. He has the sexual feelings towards the children, towards the English children in England. So he has been caught and put in the jail because his social media, regardless Instagram, TikTok, ads or Twitter, we call it right, isn't it? Facebook,
Yeah.
as well as other social media platform, all the children photo.
Mm.
In fact, there is a photo where they cuddle the baby, right? He's at the age of 18, he's cuddling the baby, and then the photo of children kissing the small girl or whatsoever. That is actually very disturbing, isn't it? Very disturbing when
Yes.
an adults at the age of when the adults are looking for the children to release their sexual desire, as if there is no other woman in this world and you are looking for the little girl to release your desire. This is very disturbing, isn't it? Hmm. Why are you looking?
Yes.
Why are they looking for the children, underage children, for this kind of action, for this kinds of shameful action, right? Shameful repercussion that can lead to can prolong the psychological effect towards the children, right? The children will be
Yes.
suffering from the psychologically traumatized. He or she will be experiencing the traumatized for the rest of his life if he's not treated, right? For the rest of his or her life if it is not treated. And it will lead to the social anxiety. Takut lah. Jadi takut
Yeah.
nak jumpa tubik je. Oh, nampak orang tu takut apa. Right, right. It will lead to social anxiety because of this. Because of that, pedophile has already jeopardized his or her mind, right, through all these kind of circumstances. Very disturbing. I can't imagine how could an adult like the small children. It is weird, isn't it? Very weird though, right? If like the small children, in the sense of the normal people, like, doesn't matter. This is very extraordinary. I mean, abnormal, not extraordinary. Abnormal. They like to have sex with the small children. Okay, in other words, right? We call it pedophile,
Yes.
pedophilia, yeah, pedophile. And this 19 years old boy, which is sponsored by Mara and studied in England University, were caught by the police, by the authority in England, and he is put in the jail for close proximity, for doing all this kind of action, yeah, with the small kids. What do you think about it? How to overcome that situation? What would the Malaysian government do? Even the Ustad in GISBH will also seduce a boy, which is in the underage boy in Tafiz, isn't it? How the children nowadays could believe the adults now? We can't. That's why I was saying to you, we trust no one because we don't even know what are
Yes.
their intention exactly, right? If possible, you join the Muay Thai, Tomoy. Easier. They want to do something bad for you, you bagi dia satu penendang, tercabut hidung. Join the self-defense. Join Tomoy, Muay Thai, Karate. Join those so-called, like my students is joining this Muay Thai. Nobody dares to touch her. She's very beautiful. She's beautiful, you know. She looks like Mat Saleh. But because her
Mm.
father is actually British and her mother is Thai. Mak dia orang siap. She joins the Muay Thai. Nobody dares to touch him. She showed me the demonstration one day. And then betul-betul terlentang lelaki, budak lelaki. Buatnya. Sebab tak berdarah hidung dia. This is me, sir. So I joined this because I want to protect myself. I can't trust anyone nowadays, and there are a lot of pedophilia out there. They say, right? A lot of bad people out there, which is high in drugs. We don't even know who they are, right? Even the ustad, as I
Yeah.
told you earlier, I'm not saying that all ustad is bad, but this so-called segelintir ustad, orang kata rosak siapa? Kerana nilai setitik rosak
Ah.
susu sebelanga, kan? Kerana ustaz-ustaz gila ni rosak satu susu sebelanga. Otak ustaz gila, ustaz yang apa nama ni, pedofile ni habis. Semua ustaz orang tak percaya dah sekarang ni. Betul tak? Right? Because of this crazy man which is love to have sex with the small children. Children is innocent, nothing. Okay, for example, her name is Lakshmi. I'll give you money afterwards. I give you 100 ringgit. Let me touch you. I give you 100 ringgit. 100 ringgit, sir. Okay, lah, sir. After that, children, you know, right? Children. Shh, Lakshmi, you better stop screaming. Otherwise, you will not be getting 100 ringgit. Oh, sir, so painful, sir. I'm just 8 years old. See, right? Pedophile. Dia pergi buat dengan budak umur 8 tahun. Gila ke apa? Right? As if tak ada orang, tak ada apa nama betina dalam dunia ni, kena cari budak juga. Betul tak? Underage. Okay, pedophile. Okay, so afterwards you're going to write about, what are you going to write about afterwards? You're going to write about pedophile, or you're going to write about the repercussion of the drugs. It leads to pedophile, it leads to, commit suicide, apa bunuh orang semua ada, kan? Disebabkan oleh dadah tu habis. Isn't it?
Yes.
Pedophile pun sebab dadah dia. Kalau dia tidak high in drugs, apakah gila nak cari budak 8 tahun? Macam tak ada apa-apa, tak ada betina dalam dunia, kena cari budak kena buat. Betul ya? GISBH tu gila tak gilanya jantan sama jantan. Ustaz 17 tahun budak dia pergi molest liwat that boy. Pasal apa? Right? Can see or not? This is also big practice. You can mention it everything in your essay afterwards. What's the time now?
4:35.
I think it's time for you to write something. Right. What time it starts? It's 3:30, right? 3:30, 4:30 until 5:30, right? Okay. Are you ready to write now?
Yes.
Or you want to elaborate some points, some more about regarding of this matter?
I think just a little bit. I think
You
that
can tell
about
us.
the pedophile, I don't, maybe some of them, yes, they did consume the drugs, and that's why they become abnormal person. So they have sexually desired about to have sex with kids.
To the
But
kids,
also
underage.
I think that yes, but I think that pedophile this sexual addiction is, I think, quite normal among men, among boys. And besides having these drugs, I would say that some of them, I know that they, not I know, but I think that some of them didn't really have in the drugs, but their desire to have sex is very high. And maybe because of, like, they watch something in the television and they tend to do it. However, because, like, maybe their friends, yeah, the woman that same age as them, like, didn't really want to do that, so they try to pursue these kids, so that's why
They try
they,
to pursue the underage children, right? And
yeah,
give them
that's why
money
they
and
try
stuff.
to, Mm. Just to reduce their desire
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, I
So
mean, and I'm
I
not
think
saying
that
that
is
all the pedophiles are actually druggists. What call it, all the I mean, I'm not saying that all the pedophiles in this world are actually drug addicts. No, there are ordinary people which is not drug addicts also having this kind of penyakit. We call it the
yes.
penyakit, which is like to have a sexual contact with the underage children.
Yeah.
Right. So this is actually very weird. Plus, we are living in the AI era nowadays, right? We are living in the AI era, and we also living in the AI, living in the internet era. So you can get anything. We call it borderless. What we call that? Dunia tanpa
Um,
sepadan, borderless, right? Uh, Borderless news from everywhere. So this kind
yeah.
of fella is actually there are so many other. I mean, if they would not be able to, if they cannot tahan, then marry, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
What is Islam saying? Tak tahan kahwin lah yang dah duduk cari budak buat apa? Bodoh, isn't it? Stupid, isn't it? So you have when we have the
Mm.
kids later on, we have to really take care of our kids. Please educate them. Please educate them about this matter. We're scared of something will happen to them if they don't realize, right? Okay? If they don't, we have to educate our kids. We have to educate. I mean, your kids in the future, or I mean, some other people's which is having the kids and have to educate their kids that they're in this world. There are also predator in this world. For your information, if the daughter name is Susie lah, Susie and Tana. For your information, in this world there are predators. Mami, what are you saying? The predator on TV, the one that I watched this dinosaur, that one predator. Not that predator. Now, this predator is the man which is like to have the sex with the small kid. Ayah, mommy, I'm so scared. In that case, we call this, you have to be careful and try not to have the contact with the stranger. I'm saying that. You saw the
Yeah.
stranger something. Hey, come, tan, lie, Fatila, fighty. I give you 100 ringgit, tan, but you have to give me something, lah. All right. See? So we have to educate our innocent children so that they know the danger of this predator, which is so-called pedophile. When
Mm.
they grown bigger, I mean, what I'm saying that when your children grown up, when they have been experiencing pedophile world, I mean, when they are small, I mean, they are raped. They are raped by the so-called predator. They are raped by the so-called predator, and they were raped previously by the so-called predator. What will happen to them in the future? They will be definitely having the psychologically traumatized. You understand what I mean? Psychologically
Yes.
traumatized, trauma. Pasal apa kan trauma ni? Apa Sakinah? Aku masa kecil dulu kena rogol. Sampai sekarang duk ingat lagi apa nama orang tua tu dah umur 85 tahun pergi cari aku. Masa tu aku baru umur 8 tahun. See? Alright, so we have to educate the children. Dia orang tak tahu apa, they are innocents, right? They don't know people want to
Yes.
give them money, for example, 100 ringgit, for example, right? 100 ringgit is a lot for the children, right? This pedophile take the advantage of that children and do something bad to them. When these children has grown up and they become psychologically traumatized as well as depressed and stressed because they were actually the victims of the rapists who raped them, the pedophile, the predator. Okay. All right. Any other any other opinion?
No.
Okay, then you can write. Then I'll be paying you at fast. Then, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck with your masterpiece. It's a little bit challenging today, but if you can do it, you'll get the good marks from me.
Okay.
If I were to teach you what is your favorite movie, that is very easy. Yes. Don't you think it's very easy, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite movie, Jessica? Oh my God, everybody can answer it, right? Be it
Mm.
in a short form. But if you answer, what is your favorite movie, Jessica? Sam, my favorite movie is Tom. My favorite movie is Mission Impossible, Sam, because Tom Cruise is so handsome. Yes, you will get only 1.0, Ben. So short, right?
Yeah.
If you say my favorite, I like to watch movie from different genre, be it thriller, action, romance, theology, as well as a movie, documentary or docudrama. And they want to get much more much more than, yeah? Okay. All right, so it's already 1642. I would like you to write about this.
Okay.
Mhm. Would you like to write about pedophile itself, or would you like to miss? I mean, would like
I
to
think about drugs.
about drugs. And in the drugs, you can add
Yeah.
on pedophile.
Yeah.
Some pedophile are, some drugs addicts are linked to the pedophile action, right? Okay, you can write that. But
Yes.
not all pedophile are drug addicts. You can write it about that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be seeing you at 5:30 then. Okay, good luck. Don't be
Thank
nervous. Relax. Inhale, exhale, and write. Okay then. Alexandra. Satu orang. Pagi tadi ada student nama Alexandra, kita panggil nama dia.
you.
Francisca, I'll be seeing you at 5:30. Okay, let me announce you in Thai. สวัสดีครับ สถานี
Sawadika.
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีครับ คุณอาจารย์ Francisca สบายดีไหมครับ สบายดีไหม
Uh, Sabay di mai.
สบายดี or ไม่สบาย สบายดี
Sabay di.
สบายดี กินข้าว
Uh, Chai. Chai. Chai.
ใช่ okay. Good. All right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to announce in time. Just give me a second. สวัสดีครับ สถานี มหาวิทยาลัย จุฬาลงกรณ์ กรุงเทพมหานคร ประเทศไทย Ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, 12th June 2025, we are very proud to have a distinguished professor from prestigious university in Thailand, Mahalai Sukhothai Thammathirat, to talk about what is the title of your topic, Professor?
Oh, drugs.
Okay, to talk about drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's call Professor Francisca from Mahalai Sukhothai Thammathirat.
Okay, thank you.
1 2 3 เชิญ
Okay. Drugs are a substance that could change how your body and brain works. They can be helpful like medicine and to treat disease or harmful when it is being misused. People often consume drugs because they want to escape from reality and just like to get high. Some illegal drugs that is quite famous are cannabis, methamphetamine, and the easiest way is inhalants, glue or gas sniffing.
Yes.
Over time, these drugs can cause addiction, and it is not easy to recover from it. The use of illegal drugs can be a serious threat to individuals and society as it affects mental health, behavior, and social well being. When we hear about extreme cases in the news, such as people committing suicide, killing their own family, or behaving abnormally, drug use is often a major factor. Repercussions of consuming drugs can be very harmful. For example, people consume drugs because they are stressed with their daily life, responsibilities, and also social pressure that persuades them into trying it. Then, after a while, they feel good about it and begin to enjoy and become addicted to it. Implications like committing suicide or killing others often occurs because they are hallucination and hearing voice that persuade them to do this kind of actions. Not only drugs are harmful, but they are very expensive. When people use drugs, their work becomes inefficient. And as they run out of money, some may start stealing as they feel that they cannot live without the drugs.
And for your
As a
information, let
result,
me add on a little bit. Those drug addict is not only teenager but also adults, which is a working adults. They have already worked, they have already got a stable job working, but since they are actually engaged with drug consuming, so they become addicted. Yeah, there are cases where there is a case where an adult become a drug addict and has to be suspended from the work for many months because of this matter. Okay, and there is a case where is this a teacher? Let me tell you, a teacher. Okay, a teacher which is also a drug addict. Can you imagine that nobody knows that this teacher, which is graduated from University Al Azhar Mesir, Ustaz, in an Ustaz. I can't tell you what is the name of the school, but the school is in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, the school is in Malaysia in KL. It's graduated from University Al Azhar Misriya min Egypt min Arabia min Misriya, a drug addict, as well as the pedophile. As well as pedophile. We don't even know that he is actually suffering from that consequences until one day that he go and brought one child to her room and kiss that child mouth. 17 years old girl were kissed by that particular ustaz. Already married. He has already married with 5 kids and one wife. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? An ustaz already married, got 5 kids, and now go and kiss a 17 years old girl, pedophile. I mean, what I'm saying is he's pedophile, looking for the young girl. All right? And another one is 13 years old girl. Can you imagine? All small one, right? And the action has been occurred quite sometimes until one day the girl record his what we call his action and send it to the parents. The parent is so angry and hunting for that ustaz. So that ustaz were very takut, very scared of that sequences until he has to tumpang kereta cikgu disiplin selama sebulan. Why? So scared of driving alone. He's so scared of driving alone. That ustaz is so scared of driving alone. Why? Because he's scared that the parents might harm him on the way to school, on the way back or on the way to school, usually on the way back, right? Maybe the parents will be has already paid to the gangster. If you saw this ustad, please make sure that you hurt him, because he has already kissed my daughter, my 13 years old daughter. He is a pedophile. Can you? So he was so scared, and he was asking the discipline. He was, a commute with the discipline teacher for a month because so scared of his circumstances. And now where is he? Is he still teaching in that school? He is no longer teaching in that school. Sekarang ni pejabat pendidikan pula sorok dia. Pejabat pendidikan duk sorok dia sebab dia takut. Nak pergi sekolah tak boleh, ramai ibu bapa marah kat dia, hang pergi cium budak perempuan pasal apa? Hang bini pun ada, anak dah 5 pergi cium budak perempuan pasal apa? Isn't it? Hang ustaz belajar dekat Mesir. Ilmu agama, pergi sekolah, pergi cium budak pasal apa? Isn't it? Takut cikgu disiplin yang tolong tumpang cikgu disiplin selama sebulan. Lepas tu sekarang disorok di pejabat pendidikan Kuala Lumpur. Pergi cari dia ada kat sana. Right. Can you imagine how? Can you imagine the implication of doing that kind of things can lead to disadvantages and jeopardize his own career, right?
Yeah.
Professor. Okay, carry on, Professor. Sorry for talking emotionally because I was so angry with his attitude and Ustaz having this kind of pedophilia things, right? Married with 5 kids. Kalau tak kahwin tu cerita lain, dah kahwin 5 orang anak, dah beranak 5. Bini pun dah ada pergi cari budak pasal apa? Right?
Yeah.
Nak kahwin satu lagi, dah tahu hang nafsu kuda, kahwin satu lagi, apa susah? Ini dah ada seorang, anak ada 5. Pergi cari budak, duduk main dengan budak, kahwin. Islam kasih kita kahwin berapa orang? Kasih lelaki kahwin 4 orang, right?
Yeah.
Rather than doing this pedophilia. I'm sorry, a little bit emotion today, sorry. Okay. It's based on a real story. Okay? True events. Carry on.
As a result, their mental health becomes depleted and they may seem like a different person. Apart from that, drugs also can cause people to become pedophiles. Pedophilia is a person that you can consider a devil with a human mask. They appear normal or good on the outside but are actually dangerous. These people have a psychiatric disorder where an adult has a sexual attraction toward the kids or children that are underage.
Yes.
This happens because consuming drugs affects your ability to think normally. Pedophilia is illegal and morally wrong because it harms children physically and emotionally. Their prolonged trauma could affect their life because they become more socially anxious and often scared. Yet, pedophilia is not a specific things may happen if someone consumes drugs, but the effect of hallucination and high is why they become these bad people. To conclude, drugs are very dangerous and you should never risk becoming like them. It doesn't just affect your own future, but your family and friends may be affected by your behavior too. Remember, your decisions have a significant impact on the well-being of society.
Yes, of course. Carry on.
Done.
Done. Okay, sorry. That is all, right? Okay. So as what you said earlier, that pedophile is not solely based on those who are drug addicts. Non-drug addicts also can be pedophile, right? Even non-drug addicts can become pedophile as well. Not only the drug addicts, right? Just now I was telling you about the story of the Ustaz, which is graduated from University Al-Azhar, Mesir. We call it Doctor blah blah blah. I do not want to tell his name because I do not want to humiliate him. But he's doing that kind of action. I'm sorry, not 17 years old girl, 12 years old. Now I remember. 12 and 13. Kan so small, right? Budak tu berengoh lagi. Han pergi duk cium dia kat mulut pasal apa? Kan? Oh, goodness gracious, my God. What on earth is happening in this world? And Ustad is having this kind of circumstances, right? Kalau dia bukan Ustad, tu kita boleh juga. Kita cikgu, biasa ni Ustad. Ustaz pun manusia juga cikgu. Apa nama? Ustaz pun manusia juga profesor. Ya betul manusia tapi hang belajar agama. Takkan hang tak tahu halal haram. Awak pergi cium budak kecil pasal apa? Kan? Ikut setan. Betul tak? Right.
Yeah.
Hang ustaz, hang belajar hukum. Takkan hang tak tahu hukum halal haram. Hang dah khatam Quran 50 kali. Takkanlah tak tahu lagi yang mana halal, yang mana haram, yang pergi cium budak kecil umur 12 tahun pasal apa. Right. Sekarang dah takut nak pergi sekolah, terpaksa tumpang cikgu disiplin selama sebulan. Lepas tu sekarang ni disorok di Pejabat Pendidikan Kuala Lumpur pula. Siapa yang nak, siapa yang jadi masa dia pergi cari dia kat sana. Dia ada sana. Dia nak menjorok tak mana. Right. Okay. This is what we call the pedophile. Right. Not only drug addicts, I'm saying drug addicts probably they are high. And so when they have the dopamine in their body, their dopamine is not produced naturally, but produced by drugs. And then they become high, and they are also sexually high. They are looking for someone to release their, to release their desire, right? And then they go and look for the small children, because small children is innocence is innocence, and can be manipulated easily, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about the non-drug addicts? The pedophile, the 19 years old boy, which is sponsored by Mara, that's studying in one of the university in England. Also the pedophile, until the British government has to court him and put him in the jail, and call the Malaysian government to take this kind of pedophile, bring back to your country. We do not want. We don't need pedophile to be studying in our university. Right. It's a shame for this kind of boy, no matter how intelligent he is, but I don't want a pedophile to be studying in my university. Please go back to Malaysia then. Right. And Malaysian government take care of him innocently. He said ini aset negara. Pedophile tu dia punya nafsu, tapi aset negara. Aset negara, dia bijak, matematik dia pandai. Orang lain jawab 30 minit, dia jawab seminit pun dah siap dah. Can you see? Politics, right? All right. Thank you very much, Professor, for briefly discuss about this matter with me regarding the drug addicts, related also to the verbal harassment. Did you mention verbal harassment inside that masterpiece?
Oh, no.
You didn't, right? Because those who are involved in drug addicts, as I told you earlier, especially cannabis, methamphetamine, when they are high, they will start doing this gaslighting. Because why? Because they are high. Like the one which is drunk, right? They are high, they start doing gaslighting, they start shouting, yelling, as well as using all the bad words to other people, because they are high in drugs, high in cannabis, as well as under the influence of methamphetamine and amphetamine, right? And now it's popular among the teenagers. We call it chem sex. Chemical sex. They call it chem sex. Well, when they get this, I don't know what kind of substance they are using in order to make them high, and they can making love very well. I don't know what kind of nowadays a lot of not good things lah. I don't know where they get these kind of things, who sell to them, and they are buying these things and doing the chem sex or whatsoever, and eventually they are addicted to it, right? They are addicted to it. Dah kahwin, lepas tu tak ada benda tu, tak boleh nak apa nama ni, tidak boleh bersama dengan isteri, because already addicted to it since teenagers, since they are in the secondary school. Can you see? Right. You should add on about the gaslighting just now. In the first paragraph about gaslighting, should add on about gaslighting, as well as withdrawal symptom. You didn't mention about withdrawal symptom, right?
Yeah.
The withdrawal symptoms among the drug addicts, which is trying to stop. Dah taubat, dah tak mau isap dadah dah. Right? Dah taubat, dah tak mau isap dadah. They were put in the rehabilitation center, and there are multiple withdrawal symptoms that occurred to them, be it girl or boy, be it man or woman. Right. They didn't get the adalah mekwe sakit lah tubuh hamba. dia berdikir badan because too pain. Excruciatingly pain due to the drugs, right? Boleh silap sekali ni. Boleh bangun silap lah weh. Apa sakit benar lah tubuhnya. Withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal symptoms due to drugs, right? They want to stop from
Yeah.
their having drugs, and there is a withdrawal symptom. They will not be able to get the supplier to supply them the drugs, and on that moment they start doing all this kind of action. Kabar-kabar bangun silap. Kabar-kabar bangun menara. Bangun dunia. Sakitlah tubuh hamba. Dikir barat. Withdrawal symptoms, yeah, for the drug addicts. Okay. Kalau duk tepik tu kita dah tahu duk tepik, kabar-kabar tepik. Mandi telanjang. Tu ya juga tu gila. Jadi it also leads to this kind of drug addicts when they are high in drugs or with they are also become hallucination, right? They can also produce this kind of what we call this. Not only they can see, they can hear voice, as well as they can visualize someone. Yeah, they can visualize someone. And this hallucinating, we call it schizophrenia. It leads to mental disorder. That's why dadah is banned. Drug is banned in not only in Malaysia, in all over the world, because it leads, boleh menyebabkan seseorang itu jadi penyakit mental, right? Drug is banned because it will lead every to the mental disorder, which is schizophrenia, which is anxiety disorder. Takut, anxiety disorder, risau, worried, worried too much. Ayyo, I cannot lie. I have to stay home, you know. Everybody is searching for me. They know that I'm taking this amphetamine. Ayyo, God, Amma is going to slaughter me. Amma, please help me, Bhagwan. Anxiety disorder, right? Become anxiety, but nobody is actually looking for him because he is actually addicted to drugs, and then he's scared. He's scared. He's sitting down and very scared of these circumstances, very scared of social anxiety, scared of the people, knowing that he's involved in those so-called drug addict or taking the substance. Okay, among the teenagers, is actually, you said just now, what is what? Gas.
Oh, inhalants.
Inhalant. Among the teenagers, they are very popular with the inhalant, right? Among the poor teenagers, they are popular with the inhalant. Among the rich teenagers, they are popular with the ice. Yeah, ice. Balik daripada disco pukul 5 pagi. Sudah jadi gila. Why? High in drugs as well as high consuming of alcohol. Understand?
Yeah.
Itu, vomiting. Vomit, yeah? Vomit. Become Ustaz mesti mari min misriyah. Min misriyah. Al-Ustaz min misriyah. Right, okay. Can speak Lughatul Arabiyyah very well, right? Min aina anta ya Ustaz? Ana min Israel. Min aina anta? Min aina anti? Perempuan pula. Ustazah, min aina anti? Ana min... Nyanyi lagu Arab, mu nak tahu tak? Nyanyi lagu Arab weh. Lagu Najwa Karam. Ana min Lubnan. See, I'm from Lebanon. Why is she and he behave that way? Because they are drunks. They are what we call this under the what we call that under the drugs abuse, high in drugs as well as they're drunk. When people which is drunk, they can't think naturally. They can't even their mind is actually full of alcohol, so they manage to. That's why they shout. That's why they start gaslighting others because they are drunk. because they are drunk. And then they are the hardcore drunk the alcohol, and they start doing it every single day for no reason. Mari daripada Kelantan pula. Oh alah alah. Lepas ada apa nama togok mugarak tu pergi di balcony. Apa namanya tepik kau bahasa Kelantan. Oh, pakai orang Kelantan di kondominium ni pakai tegak. Oh, siapa dia lah duduk apa tepik kau bahasa Kelantan duk sebut pada ni. Rupa-rupanya ada satu Cina mabuk, Cina Kelantan mabuk. Tepik kau bahasa Kelantan. Bukan mari daripada Kelantan, Cina tu boleh kecek Kelantan lah, weh. Dah. Kalau Cina Penang boleh kecek Penang. Gitu. Alright, back to the what is your what we call this conclusion regarding of this matter?
The conclusion. I think that we have to be we have to be careful on what we decide to do, because like these kind of things are appear around us. So sometimes we didn't really want to do that, but we have a social pressure from friends, or like socially the one that we near to, close to, like persuade us to use this and that, maybe like drugs or even alcohol or even smoking. Like first they started like the basic one, and then slowly becomes like the
Hardcore.
yeah the hardcore one.
Become
So
serious smokers, right? Can't even stop
yeah
smoking. And now they have
yeah
weed.
I would say that especially me, the younger generations right now, have to be careful on who we are friends with, and do not be too just wanted to be to fit in, just to do what they do just because we want to fit in with them. So I would say that um everyone should be conscious about what they are planning to do.
Yes. Totally agree with you, Professor Francisca. I mean, you mean remember of this quote: trust no one. You can't even
Yeah,
trust your
that's the one.
stars. We don't even know. You look so stars. Oh, pakai jubah apa sahaja, tiba-tiba pedophilia. Like what I said just now, right?
Mm.
And it is based on the true story. What I've been telling you from the beginning is based on the true story. And it happened to one of these so-called educator from one so-called school in the elite area. You understand? Elite area, whereby all the rich family was sending their children there. But I'm sorry, I can't mention the school name, as well as I can't mention that Ustad's name, because I do not want to humiliate him. Right? He's still there. Naik pangkat macam biasa, tapi tak mengajar kat sekolah. Disorok di mana saya kata tadi?
Apa
Education department.
ya
Disorok di Kuala Lumpur Education Department. So when people go and search for him at school, mana itu Ustaz? Saya mau pukul dia, dia cium mana saya. Anak saya baru berusia 12 tahun, dia pergi cium mulut anak saya. Mana itu Ustaz? Tak ada. Itu Ustaz sudah balik Thailand. Alright, okay. Alright then. I mean, this topic today is quite intriguing as well as challenging for you too, right? And also it's quite hot topic regarding of the drug addicts as well as pedophilia, together with the verbal harassment. Yeah. So I fervently hope that you will not becoming so tense with this topic. I hope that you enjoy the topic today's topic very much. I mean, I hope that you are not tension
yeah
regarding of this topic. But this is what happening in the Malaysia nowadays.
no
Not only in Malaysia, even all over the world, they have this kind of pedophile, and they also have drug addicts. And when it comes to drug addicts, they become the verbal harasser, harassing others for no reason, because they are high in drugs and high in alcohol. Smoking, they put the ganja in the smoke, finish. You understand? Smoking, they put the yaba ganja
yeah
into the smoke, they smoke. Finish. The smell of that ganja in the smokes, in the smell of the cannabis or yaba in the cigarette is very strong until you also will not be until you are suffocating. Suffocating. Tak boleh nak bernafas. Yeah? Because of this matter. All right, it's already 6 o'clock. I think you better go for your prayer, Asar prayer. So I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you again on Saturday afternoon. Will you be able?
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon at 3:30 at like this time, yeah.
All right.
Or you want to be earlier also can because Saturday I 3 to 5.
Sure, sure. I think okay.
I beg your pardon?
3 to 5 is fine.
Okay, so 3 to 5 on Saturday. Well, thank you very much. Kop kumana ka Professor, kop kumana ka Achan Francisca from Maha Wichalai, Sukotai Tambatirat, Kruntet Mana, Mahanakon Protectai. Thank you very much for your masterpiece, as well as thank you very much for discussing about this matter with me today. And I would like to give you band 9.
Thank you.
And my AI friends, I have discussed with my AI friend just now, how much will you give this professor, Ben? And he said that he will give you infinity, mean unlimited, Ben. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you on Saturday.